Institute, the place where God grows us into the leader that we're supposed to be. And today, we're going to talk about something that we've talked about before. For some of you, you've heard this concept of an A player or a B player or a C player. And for those of you who have heard this before, I want you to sit in it with an open mind and kind of see what God might have for you this next time around. Because what I have found is when I hear things not once but twice, but sometimes even 3 or 4 times is when often it really starts to sit with me. And so I'd love for you to just kind of go, okay, oh, I've heard this before. And don't disengage, but kind of re-engage and go, let me see what God has for me. And for those of you who haven't heard this before, I think this is, if you allow yourself to be honest, this is a transformational exercise. Now, I first heard this concept from a guy by the name of Donald Miller. And I've changed a few things, but the first time I heard this basic ABC player, it was from him. And I want to start by saying that really leadership growth is the key to any growing organization. Cherish will only grow as our leaders grow. And that is the truth. Now, what I also want you to know is that if you care about our ministry and you care about the people in our ministry, you are willing to have these kind of conversations with the people you lead. And you're willing to have an honest self-evaluation of you as an individual. Now, what I want you to also know is in this conversation, we're not ranking people's character as an A, B, or C. We're not ranking their value as a person or their value as an individual. That's not what this is about. What this is this is looking at our people and saying, are they the best employees and staff members and players in our organization that they can be? And am I the best that I can be? And so I want us to understand that it's similar to like a sports team. It's the coach's job to put the best players on the field. What if you went to Uganda Cranes game and you knew that our best player was sitting on the bench? Would you be okay with that? And what if you also saw players that are on the field and they keep messing up, or they're not working out hard during the week, so they're not in good fitness by the time they hit for the... I mean, are you going to be okay with that? No. You're going to look and go, no, I want the best players on the field to represent our country. And that's exactly the way we want Cherish. We want the best players on the field, the best players in our positions, the best players leading our ministry. Our ministry is not just some little, oh yeah, we do a couple of neat things for some kids and families, and it's kind of cool, and I get a paycheck. That is not what we're about. We are about building the kingdom of God. We are about changing the lives of people. We are about being a part of the transformation, a spiritual transformation of the people that God has given to us in our care. Now, that's way more important than a game. So therefore, we have to have the best people. So I'm going to explain what an A player is, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about them. So first of all, an A player is the kind of player, a kind of person you want to give more authority and more influence to, because they are so good that whatever you've given them, they've already far exceeded it, and you want to keep giving them more. That's an A player. Not that they're not struggling getting by with what they have. They're not struggling, oh, I forgot this, or I didn't quite get to that. Oh, I didn't listen to that message. Oh, I didn't read that. No, an A player they are always doing what they're supposed to do. And so you're thinking, wow, what more can I give them? Because they are the kind of player we want on our team. An A player also is somebody who the whole organization feels a shift because of their work. Like massive things are happening because of their presence on the team. I'm not talking they just get by and do what's necessary. No, like you look back a year later and you go, wow, the significant things that happened in our ministry were these 5 things. Who was the ones who were in charge of those 5 things? Those are probably A players. The third thing is they consistently go above and beyond their job description. In other words, they have the job description, they have all the things they're supposed to do, and you look at their job description and you look at what they do every day and you're thinking, wow, they do way, way more than on their job description. Consistently way, way more than is on their job description. And you would never, ever once hear this person, an A player, say, that's not on my job description. That's not my job. It doesn't matter. If they walk by and there's rubbish on the ground, they are picking that up, even though it's not on their job description. If they happen to drive by or walk by and they notice that a tire is flat on a van, well, they're going to go find transportation. Hey, just so you guys know, there's a problem here. Can I help? Like, they are always pushing beyond. Another thing is their feedback is valuable. Like, when you think, I need to know what this person thinks about that, and you go seek them out and find them. That's an A player. You want to know, what do they think about this and this and this and this. The fifth thing is you trust their decision-making abilities. They make good choices. Now, here's a problem that often many of us have. We don't make any choice because we're afraid to make a wrong choice, so we make no choice. You need to understand that decision to make no decision is a decision. So you have to, an A player looks at the problem, makes a good decision consistently. And then the next one is they don't ever say, I forgot to do that, or I didn't see that, or what am I supposed to do? An A player doesn't say that. An A player knows what they're supposed to do. An A player doesn't consistently forget things. An A player doesn't have to always go to their supervisor. Can I do this? Should I do this? No, they already know. They understand the vision. They know the direction the ministry is going, and they are pushing in and saying, yes, I already know what I'm supposed to do, and they consistently do it. Now, A players are exceptional. And usually in an organization, you only have about 10% being A players. What that means is we have about 50 employees. That means we probably only have about 5 A players. That's it. And you know what? Most of the time, people are sitting in a meeting like this thinking, oh yeah, I'm an A player. Chances are you're not an A player. But I just want you to understand that, because if we don't have a good look at ourselves, we're not going to grow. So if you're not an A player, yes, you think you are, then there's probably not going to be any growth because you already think you're an A player. And an A player also has the courage to go to their supervisor and say, honestly, am I an A player or am I not? And tell me why. That's what an A player does. They invite those kind of conversations. They will sit down with their supervisor and say, I want to be an A player. I want to be these things. Am I? And where do I fall short? And how can I be better? That's what an A player does. So what do you do with an A player? An A player, you praise them, you encourage them, and then you promote them. Yep. Promotions, we're looking for A players. Many people I know wish they had a raise. I wish they had made more money. Well, if you're not an A player, then chances are your supervisor is not probably looking to figure out how to give you a raise. An A player supervisor is thinking, how do I keep that person? What do I need to do? Do I need to give them a raise? Do I need to give them some new responsibilities so that they get to be a part of this or this or this? Can I give them this benefit? As a supervisor, if you're looking at your A players, you have an A player, then you're going to your supervisor and saying, you need to see this person. And they are an A player, and here's why. Run down the list. So I just want you to do 2 things. I want you to take an honest evaluation of yourself, and then I want to take an honest evaluation of your people. Now, you don't need to do it yet, because next week we'll talk about B, and next week we'll talk about C. So this week, you're just going to take a look at what I just spoke about these, and you're going to talk about, what do these really mean? And you're going to kind of start thinking, am I that or am I not? All right. And you know, for me, I always am evaluating myself. Am I an A or B or C player? I want to know, because I'm shooting for this. And it's not like you're a B.5. No, if you aren't all of this, you're not an A player. You're not. It's not like, oh, you're almost an A, so we give you an A-. No, we're not going to play those games. It's like, are you an A? If you're an A, you are all of these things. Not some of them, all of them. If you're not all of these things, you're a B. And we'll talk about that next week. All right. Thanks, guys.